Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is to wherever you're at. 91 Cav GT coming at you with another cargo trailer build video. Sorry for the delay. I've had a lot of other projects that my wife has had me work on, and which has led to a lot bigger of a mess in here than what there was before. But got more progress done. Also wanted to give you a video from me being inside the cargo trailer to give you an idea of the headroom that is in here. The overall room, the space, it's not too bad. It's really not too bad. So first off, what progress have I made? Well, the battery is completely done. The battery is built, it's together, it's not in its final resting place, but it is built. And it is together, and I actually have the solar panel up on the roof here of the trailer connected, and it is working. So without further ado, let's show you that. Now, the charge controller I'm using is an Mppt tracer. This particular one, let's see here, right there, PV voltage 48-49 volts. Amperage 1.2 amps. It's kind of cloudy outside right now. This has put out 1.8 kilowatt hours since I had it hooked up, and battery voltage right now is sitting at 14.5 volts and 4.5 amps going into it. So this tracer, this Mppt charge controller, is an Mppt charge controller. It is rated for 30 amps. As of right now, I just have it hooked up with some 12 gauge wire that will be changing later. I don't have anything on the load side at all. That may change later, it may not. I'm not real sure. I'm considering hooking up some outdoor lights up to that, and so that way it only turns on at night. Might not. I'm not real sure just yet. But the battery is kind of together for now. I've got a cigarette lighter kind of temporarily wired in, cigarette lighter power outlet and that is hooked up to a couple of 12 volt fluorescent lights and a fan, 12 volt fan, which I currently have off because it makes a lot of noise. So here's some progress that I've got done on the ceiling. This board you see right here, there's the dome lights. That's going to be where the dome lights are at. Now I have those dome lights off center, so that way when you get the bed in here, the lights are actually off to the side where the work table is going to be at, and where the kitchen area is going to be at in the back, to light up those areas good. This panel here is up. It's not fully secured in just yet. I only have 4 screws holding it on because I am working on putting speakers in. That's actually the speakers right here. There's 2 4-inch and 2 tweeters, as well as the crossovers. So I'm gonna have 2 there and the other 2 there. So of course this PVC pipe is in the way, so I'm probably going to have some spacers to space the speakers out just a little bit, so that way it doesn't interfere with the wiring inside, which there's the speaker wire for this one. So I do have these strips in. These are the 1x2s. There are 2 of them, as you see. Now I temporarily made this table here to work on some projects for my wife, but that 1x2 is back there. It goes all the way down to the floor. Can't really see it right now, but I promise you it's back there. That's going to be the spacing. It's 16-inch from one edge to the other, so center to center is roughly around 18 inches. I did 16-inch spacing because, as you see right here from the math, I can get 3 of those in one sheet, 48-inch wide sheet of 1/2-inch foam insulation board. So that's why I went with that spacing. So yes, this will be insulated back here with half-inch foam board all up in here. Basically all the areas that you see, all the walls will be. We already have the foam board up in the ceiling, so that will complement that nicely in the walls as well. So that's what we got done right now. I've been having to do a lot of work for my wife. Happy wife, happy life. Young guys, y'all remember that, because it is true. I used to laugh whenever I heard it whenever I was younger, but it is true. So I'm currently sitting on a rolling stool right now that I used to use whenever I worked as a mechanic. Let's see here. So just rolls around, but I'm 5'6", and there's a couple inches above my head still. So even after we get the board up in here, which let me see if I can grab a small board. I got one right here. Even after we get the cedar plank up here, as you see right here, there's still plenty of headroom, for me anyway. So it's gonna work out just fine. Just fine, no problem whatsoever. So I'll be making the bed about the same height as the stool that I'm sitting on right now. Water container is going to be going underneath the bed. Big water container. So anyway, making progress. Definitely getting there. Just taking a little bit more time than what I would like due to obligations, which that's okay. Don't have any problems with that at all. I do want to give a shout out to the green screen. I got somebody asked if my charge controller had a shunt built in. It does not. So I went online and I ordered a shunt. Here's the shunt itself, wrapped up in plastic still, but that's it right there. As well as a little display. I'm gonna see if I can take this out one-handed. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, almost got it. It's a lot more challenging trying to do stuff one-handed. Hey, I got it. All right. Use my arm to help me out here. Okay. Now, of course, you can't see it at all right now, but it's a little display that's going to get mounted, and then all the connections on the back. So this is going to be a shunt, so I can monitor exactly how much energy is still inside the battery. Now, I did change the charging parameters on the charge controller. Let me just set that to the side for now. I did change the charging parameters on the charge controller, where it will charge it up to 14.9 volts. These batteries, if they are fully charged, the whole pack would be 16.8 volts, which is way too high for the electronics that I'm going to be using inside here. So most of the stuff that I'm using has a maximum voltage of 15.0 to 15.5 volts. So I'm going to have that just a touch lower at 14.9 volts. So, all right. I think that's about it for right now. Still got more work to be done. I don't foresee a lot of progress to be made in the weeks to come. We're starting to get closer and closer to Thanksgiving. And once we get between Thanksgiving and Christmas, work on this is pretty much just gonna have to stop. Not only that, but I've got a relative who looks like they're gonna be moving in a very short period of time, and this cargo trailer is going to be put back to use as a cargo trailer and help people move. So when that happens, obviously I'm not going to be able to work any on this at all. So in the meantime, I'm going to do what I can and see what kind of progress we can make and go from there. So next step, I'm going to try to finish the ceiling. I've got batteries coming for our RV that are lithium batteries, and I'm going to need to take apart this little contraption that I made. So this contraption has two all threads that are on here, but only one of them are actually screwed into this top plate. This piece right here is only screwed into here, and then the one on the right is screwed in to the bottom. Right? Yeah. Anyway, one is screwed into the top, the other screwed into the bottom, and then they meet right here in the middle. I'm actually using this to hold the boards up on the ceiling, so that way I can actually tighten everything down, screw it into place. So that's important because I'm going to need that all thread to top balance those batteries. So I'm going to need to finish this roof so I can take that back apart. People might ask, why don't you go down and just buy an adjustable clamp from like Harbor Freight that can actually go and be put here? Because I like building stuff. I like challenging my mind, and I like coming up with stuff with what I have. I like the challenge, and it works perfectly fine. Is it as fast to use? No. Does it work just the same? Yeah, it does. It does. It holds it up there perfectly fine. Yes, the all thread does give a little bit, but at the point where it starts to give, it has plenty of pressure to actually hold the board up on the ceiling. So that's going to be the next step, is to try to get this ceiling all complete. After I get the ceiling complete, probably finish these furring strips on the walls, and then start working on the insulation. I really want to get this stuff wired up over here, so that way if I do have to use it as a cargo trailer, all of this components here on the wall, the radio, the charge controller, the battery, the power inverter, all of that can just stay in place. And I can still use this trailer as a trailer while everything is still mounted and it is secure. So with that being said, that's what my goal is, but of course things change, things pop up, all kinds of stuff like that. So anyway, that's the recent update to the cargo trailer. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go eat, rest before I go to my wife's job to help her out a little bit. Once again, young guys, happy wife, happy life. Don't believe me? Ask any old guy that's married, and he's gonna tell you the exact same thing. It really is true. So just take a little bit of extra time out of your day, help your wife out, make sure that she's happy, and things are gonna go a whole lot smoother for you. I promise. It's worth it. Alright, with that being said, God bless y'all. Y'all have a good day, and we'll see you next time.